Hey everybody, a little late with this week's top five, but here it is. New edition out in stores. There's also Winn-Dixie, Dollar General, so be sure to pick that up. Lots going on this past week, lots coming up. But we're going to start with number five. The Oh Lusty reenactment was this past weekend, as it normally is. But we got a few different stories this year. We've got a story they broke ground on the museum. We had a few dignitaries in town. So read all about that. Plus, there's a really interesting little sidebar that somebody turned us on to that managing editor Joel Addington wrote regarding the monument. And one of the ladies that was behind the movement, who has been recognized in Jacksonville for helping with women's votes, in addition to being a high-ranking member of the United Daughters of the Confederacy. So check that out and learn a bit of history in the making. Number four, we are under drought conditions. If you've been living under a rock and you didn't know, Baker County, though, in our area, Northeast Florida, is one of the driest counties. We're way under on rainfall for last year and already into this year. There has been a notice put out that since we are under a water shortage, you're only supposed to water once a week. There's a lot of rules in place now, kind of like the burn ban has its restrictions. This also has water restrictions. So read up on what you need to know about that in this week's paper. Number three, the City Commission approved the plans for another Eliano's, which is coming back to town. This one is going to be in a different location. It's going to be built kind of in the parking lot of where the Winn-Dixie Gibson McDonald strip mall there. So read all about that and what's coming to town there. Number two, speaking of Winn-Dixie, they were bought out a couple years ago. Southeastern Grocers was bought out by Aldi. The original investors bought back some of the Winn-Dixie stores. Unfortunately, ours was not on that list, and it appears, although it's not official, that Aldi is going to make that conversion from Winn-Dixie to Aldi. And number one, the biggest news in a while, the governor made an appointment. Nobody was really sure if he was going to appoint somebody to the Oakland County Commission seat due to the death of James Bennett in December, but he went ahead and did that, and he named James Bennett's nephew, Blake Iverson, who was sworn in Tuesday afternoon and had his first meeting that night, at which meeting they decided to abandon, although I think there was slightly different wordage, but basically tell Jay, like, thank you, but no thank you when it comes to the audit. That you need to be sure and get next week's edition for a full story on what's going on there, or get a sneak peek and read my column this week on the opinion page. Also this weekend, the Lions and Ladies Gala that the Women's Club and the Lions Club are putting on is Saturday night. Tickets are probably still available online, so don't miss out. They're raising money for some good causes and going to recognize some people. Check that out online, and I hope everybody has a good weekend.